Quick question. How many towns or cities in America are named Lexington? Amazingly, the answer is 25. But the original Lexington, the one the others are named after, is the one in Massachusetts. It was there and at the sleepy hamlet of Concord, 6 miles away, where the American Revolution began 250 years ago on April 19, 1775. Both Lexington and Concord are celebrating the historic 250th anniversary of these battles. It's from the Concord hymn by Ralph Waldo Emerson that we get the phrase, "the shot heard round the world," April 19th, 1775. What a lot of people don't know today is that the church in Lexington and its minister, Reverend Jonas Clark, had a lot to do with what happened on that fateful day. Knowing of the simmering conflict between England and the American colonists, especially in Boston, Reverend Clark trained the men in his church to take a stand for their God-given liberties should the need arise. Well, the need arose on the night of the 18th and the morning of the 19th of April. Hundreds of British troops had been marching all night on their way to Concord to seize munitions there, but they chose to stop first in Lexington, which was on the way. The British went to Lexington in order to arrest two key rabble-rousers, as they saw it, Samuel Adams and John Hancock, who were spending the night at Reverend Clark's house. On the early morning of April 19, 1775, the men of the Lexington church stood their ground against the British, who had finally arrived. The American military leader, John Parker, told his men, "Stand your ground. Don't fire unless fired upon. But if they mean to have a war, let it begin here." And so it did. There was a brief gun battle, and the handful of Americans were overwhelmed by the hundreds of British regulars. 8 of Parker's men died. 10 others fell wounded. Historian George Bancroft says of the victims from the Lexington church, "The ground on which they trod was the altar of freedom, and they were to furnish the victims." America was given birth by brave men and women who risked everything so they could preserve their God-given liberties and ours too. For Coral Ridge Ministries, I'm Dr. Jerry Newcombe.